So I wanted to make a quick video going over how to diagnose and troubleshoot the P0087 code on your Duramax. Talk about what happened to me and how to fix it. So going along, everything's good, but then I'm towing my toy hauler on a hot day. Start going up a grade after I've been driving for 30-40 minutes. And change filter, warning comes on, and engine goes into limp mode. Okay, so pull over. I've got a little Banks Auto Mind 2 that I keep with me. I don't actually have the vehicle tuned, but I use it for diagnostic trouble codes and clearing them. So clear the code, change my filter at a truck stop, limp into a truck stop, change my filter, get back on the road, think I'm good. Same thing, next grade I go up, start going up, get the code. So I'm going to walk you through some steps that'll help you kind of in order from least expensive to most expensive things to check for. So the first thing that's probably the least expensive is to check your fuel rail pressure relief valve. There's a little bolt on the back of your fuel rail. And basically what it is it's a little mechanically actuated pressure relief valve. And from what I understand is basically once this thing pops once or twice, it can no longer hold back higher pressure. So then what happens is you're driving along, you hit what should be an okay pressure, but that valve pops prematurely, making the fuel rail pressure drop, powers you down. So you can get aftermarket plugs. I actually ordered one from PPE. There's a bunch of them on the market that you can get. If you just Amazon fuel rail plug Duramax, you'll find one. Then the next thing you want to look for too, possibly before even ordering the plug, is checking out your fuel lines. So underneath the hood, you'll see the black braided lines over on the driver's side towards the back. There's a fuel supply line and a return line. And the supply line on mine was kind of kinked. It had a little what do you call, kind of a smushed looking area in it. And then I went up under the vehicle, and near the transmission I had a couple areas that had caved in as well. So what happens, you're driving down the road, it's hot, your fuel recirculating through, fuel gets warmed up, your hoses are old and perhaps a little bit more worn than they should be, and you start going wide open throttle, pulling a ton of pressure, and it sucks those lines shut. Once again, that could easily cause the P0087 code. So GM has actually they have a technical service bulletin out, so you can Google that and find out what that. And they tell you how to fix it. And you can use SAE 100R3 hose, as long as it's got that rating on it. Basically rated for fuel and also rated for a certain level of hydraulic pressure. Anyways, then the technical service bulletin will walk you through what to do on that, or you could have a local shop see if they could do that for you. Okay, so those are the cheap and easy fixes. Then, if neither of those are the problem, then you start looking to injectors and balance rates. And if that's not the problem, which you'd want to have a qualified shop, somebody that knows what they're doing, check that out. If that doesn't work, then you look into your CP3 pump. And both of those last two options are going to be expensive. I know I've heard of people installing lift pumps, and it kind of, how do I say, if your CP3 pump is weak and tired, that can give you some extended life before it totally takes a crap. But it pretty much sounds like, unless you have one of these smaller issues, if you start driving down the road and you're seeing that just by flooring it, you're probably you know, if your hoses aren't kinked, you're probably running into one of these other problems. So especially if you're not tuned. For me running stock, I can't get it to pull the code unless I'm towing. So my problems are minor. So I've got the kinked hoses, and I think that's it for me. And there's quite a few write-ups on these different things. But anyway, so if you check those things, there's kind of systematic approach. That's probably the best way to walk through and troubleshoot your Duramax if you do get one of these codes. Hopefully the fuel rail pressure valve by plugging it. I know you can also get shim kits that will shim up and make it so that the valve basically gives it a little more spring tension. The reviews on those are kind of hit and miss. I'd probably just opt for the plug. I can't find anything on anybody that's caused any damage due to one of those plugs. So anyways, that's pretty much it. That's what I would those are the routes that I would go. Hopefully this video helps you out. I know I did a lot of research to gather all the full story and all the different things that this code could pull, so hopefully that helps some of you out there.